we move to the award ceremony. We have a list of awards. Then, for those of you who are not familiar, there are three groupings of awards. There is the ATN Awards, then is the Corporate Awards, and we end up to the Personal Awards. And this is the 12th edition of the awards, and 10 years ago, we had the chance to host here in this same hotel the 2013 award ceremony, and I have here also some previous winner, Benara Liu, that was in the past in 2017, the Leader of the Year, Angela Kittens, as a person and also representing Asia in the past, received awards from the Air Transfer Awards. We start with the ATN Awards, and the first award is the ATN Individual Award. And the ATN team decided this year that the award will go to Montserrat Barriga, the Director General of the European Regional Airline Association. Montserrat is the Director General that represents 220 members and, of course, include 58 European airlines, regional airlines. Montserrat has worked in several domains within the air transport and tourism, including in the Royal Caribbean and airlines Vamos, Binter, before joining ERA. Under her leadership, ERA continues to highlight the aviation sector, vital contribution to Europe's future economic prosperity, the industry sustainability efforts to decarbonize, as she already mentioned in her participation in the panel, and the essential role of the regional connectivity. And join me to applause.
Here, la photo?
First and then you speak.
Okay. Thank you.
I can just one more time. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Costas, and thank you, Hermes and ATN for this prestigious award. When I joined ERA in 2017, 5 years ago, the association was already established for 40 years. So it's nothing to do with me that we are so strong. We were already strong when I joined. But we expect to continue for at least another 40 years, if not more. And I'm very honored to receive this award, because to be able to direct this very established and credible organization is a privilege for myself and an honor. But like any other business, and I think any other enterprise in life, you cannot do this alone. And the merit is to the ERA team. By the way, the ERA team is made of 90% women, and so we're 11 people. It's a very small organization. We are 11 members of staff, of which one is a man and the other one are ladies. And it just happens to be, okay? Guess what? It's the safety guy. Safety and ATM. And the impact of COVID was really, really dramatic. We lost a lot of members, but then, after the pandemic, everyone wanted to reunite again, and we went from 180 members to 220 now, and 58 airlines, as Costas said. So this only shows that the collective voice of the sector can be very strong if we work together in a collaboratively way. I would like to dedicate this award to my team, the ERA team, and also to all women in aviation, and especially also to the men that support women in aviation. I hope that this award will actually inspire, if not more, at least one female to start in this profession, in this industry, which will be, I'm sure, filled with joy, with fulfillment, like it did to me. Thank you very much.
Let's move to the next award, the ATN Corporate Award, and this year the award goes to Aviation Administration of Kazakhstan. The Aviation Administration of Kazakhstan was created with a unique goal to be the one independent, mature and trusted regulatory agency in charge with civil aviation oversight, setting up standards, implementing policies, and supporting the growth of aviation industry in Kazakhstan. Today, the award will be collected on behalf of the Aviation Administration from His Excellency, the Ambassador Akilbek Kamaldinov, I hope I pronounced correct, that is a permanent representative of the Republic of Kazakhstan in ICAO. You need to go.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. On behalf of the government of the Republic of Kazakhstan, I'm pleased to receive ATN Corporate Awards. It's a great honor to see recognition from the global aviation community for the work by our government. This became possible due to the close cooperation between ICAO experts and Kazakhstan Aviation Organization. We will continue our development and expand our presence on international level. Taking this great opportunity, I would like to make a statement. Our government made a decision to open the permanent representation in ICAO headquarters in Montreal next year. I would like to ensure that our government will continue cooperate with aviation with international aviation community, and we are absolutely sure our cooperation will be fruitful, and our government and aviation organization of Kazakhstan continues their efforts towards improvement of aviation service and security on national and international scales. Once again, I would like to say for your fruitful cooperation. Thank you.
Let's move to the next award, the ATN International Organization Award. This year, the winner is TIACA. I think that Glenn said all in his opening remarks in the panel that cargo play an extremely critical role when was needed to humanity. I think without cargo, things might be a little bit different, and I'm really happy to this year to give this award to the cargo association. Sometimes it's not so visible, but it's very critical to the modern society. Glenn, please.
Thank you. Please. Thank you very much. This is actually a really big honor for the air cargo industry, and not a lot of people know, but the very first commercial flight was a cargo flight. It was a year before the first commercial passenger flight, so it's taken 110 years to be recognized finally. So thank you on behalf of the millions of people that's worked in air cargo for the last 110 years. This has been a fascinating last couple of hours. I wonder if I could just, I don't want to disagree with the previous speaker, but Lieutenant Colonel, I've lost you in the room from, yes. I wouldn't say that aviation is as important as a hospital bed. I would actually rephrase it. If it wasn't for aviation, there would be no hospital bed. You know, if you think of the contribution that aviation brings to national economic prosperity, on the air cargo side alone, we transport on average 35% of international trade, of GDP, is attributed to the cargo that's moved in the passenger bellies and the main deck freighters. So I think we need to take that voice out, that society wouldn't exist if it wasn't for connecting people to people and people to things. And I think that's where the value of this industry is so huge. Awards are lovely to receive. Thank you very much for this. The TIACA team is based in Miami. 50% are women. That's one. We have a team of two. We're a very small trade association, but I thank you for putting on this event and for inviting us and for recognizing air cargo. So thank you very much, my friend.
Then we move to the next group of awards, and we start with the Alliance of the Year. And this year, the winner is SkyTeam. With their SkyTeam, with their holistic approach to global travel, they put customers and planet on the forefront of everything they do. SkyTeam's Sustainable Flight Challenge is the first ever aviation sustainability initiative of its kind, uniting global airlines in a collaborative effort to make air travel greener. And by working together, the Alliance aims to develop new and innovative solutions to make air travel more sustainable and reduce carbon emissions. The SkyTeam's continued investment in technology is enabling faster, more seamless travel for customers, while two new airport lounges in South America are further enhancing the airport experience. SkyTeam's commitment to increasing gender diversity, as we heard from the previous speakers, and winners in the aviation industry throughout its RISE leadership program and alliance-wide participation in IATA 20 by 2025 initiative. Please welcome Mauro Retti, that is the Vice President of Commercial and Marketing, that will accept the award on behalf of IATA.
Well, first of all, it's great to be here in Montreal with you, Costas, and with all of you. It's an honor to receive this accolade. What a March it has been. We at the beginning of March we welcomed Virgin Atlantic in the Alliance, and now this important thing. There are people in all the airlines belonging to SkyTeam that on a daily basis are working to make travel more seamless, to make quality travel. From the new app on Sky Priority to the new two lounges open in South America, Santiago del Chile, Sao Paulo. But I want to mention something on sustainability because I didn't have the chance to do it before. So last year we launched the Sustainable Flight Challenge, the first ever alliance initiative dedicated to sustainability. So in May, 16 airlines flew one or two of their existing flights, medium haul and long haul, trying to make it the most environmentally sustainable, and competed in a friendly competition on 16 categories. The outcome of this challenge, just to give you two figures, has resulted in an improvement of 15% in emissions based on the same flights by the same airlines operated 1 month before. So 15% on ourselves, measured in carbon intensity, and 32% better than the industry. So that shows what can be done if we cooperate and we focus on a specific topic of sustainability. This year, 2023, we're going to do the same. We're going to have 24 airlines, so including the friends and families of SkyTeam, affiliates, subsidiaries, etc., and 24 categories. Our ambition is to gradually extend it to the rest of the industry. So thank you to the SkyTeam people, to the people in the airlines that support SkyTeam, and on behalf of all our members and employees, thank you, Costas and ATN, for this prestigious award.
Let's move to the next award. This is the Airport of the Year award. Unfortunately, as you all know, last month we had this tragedy in Turkey. And we had more than 48,000 people lost their lives. And it was for IGA Istanbul Airport really impossible to be tonight with us to accept the award. However, as they made a great job, and over the years being the top in traffic, recover from the pre-COVID levels, and also be leader in accreditations. The last 2 years was the first to get the health accreditation, and from ACI World, and last year the gold also. The accessibility accreditation, that is also a very important area for our business. They are the winners of this year. Coming here, I connected via Istanbul, and on last Friday, I delivered the award to the CEO of Istanbul Airport, Mr. Kadri Samsunlu, and I will share a short video of accepting the award on behalf of IGA Istanbul.
We have to be in solidarity as a nation, and as well as with our friends from Greece, from other countries, other continents during these days, and then recover from the earthquake pretty fast, and that's what we are seeing now happening in Turkey. And overall, Istanbul Airport is a newest airport in the world, and with its operational excellence and the best customer service that we provide to our passengers, I believe we keep winning and earning this type of awards all around the world, and we work hard to continue performing the best service and seamless experience, provide seamless experience in our airport to our passengers. And I'm thanking Kostas and ATN for their evaluation. That's incredible acknowledgement of the success of our airport, and I'm taking that as a CEO with me. Thousands of people are working, and we have another thousands of people are working in our stakeholders, Turkish airline, ground handling companies, food and beverage, duty-free operators. So it's a success of a lot of people, the results of a success of a lot of people. Therefore, I'm extremely honored, and I'm extremely happy to receive this award, especially during these days. Thank you.
As we said, it was really impossible for them to be tonight, but our thoughts are with those that lost their lives. Coming from Greece, we have felt earthquakes, and what it feels, and it was really very sad moments. Let's move to the next award, and the last of this category. That is the Airline of the Year, and this year a winner is Wizz Air. And if you saw in the traffic figure from Eurocontrol, Wizz Air performed the best in Europe with 40% increase. Out of the top 10 in Europe, it was only two with positive results. Wizz Air also invested on sustainable fuel with Neste, signed a deal this February. We reported that its average carbon emissions for 2022 amounted to 55.2 grams per passenger kilometers, 15.4 lower than in 2021. They represent its lowest ever annual carbon intensity result recorded in the calendar year. Wizz Air celebrated also last year the 170 Airbus aircraft last October, and also Wizz Air Malta received its air operator certificate in September last year. And Wizz Air is one of the fastest growing airline in Europe, and one, as I said, the most sustainable low-cost airline around the globe. And they announced in September last year the purchase rights for 75 extra 321neo. And we have today the pleasure to welcome Joseph Varadi, the CEO of Wizz Air, to accept the award on behalf of Wizz Air.
Thank you, Kostas, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. And I'm very happy to receive this award. This is always a recognition of a team of 8,000 people of Wizz Air. And we are an airline that has been certainly coming from behind. It is the product of the European Union. We wouldn't be around should the European Union not be existing today. And we are challenging the industry. We are challenging ourselves every day. And I heard a question, I'm sorry for being late, I just heard a question whether people are optimistic about the industry. I'm extremely optimistic. I mean, just look at what happened over the last 3 years. The industry was on its knees, and now it is pretty much coming back to where it was prior to the pandemic. It's quite amazing. I mean, you can debate how fair the recovery has been in terms of government interventions, but if you look at it as an industry, the industry is indispensable. And people are in need of travel, and people continue to travel in the future, and as the middle class rises, more and more people will travel. And probably Wizz Air is a really good example of what can be achieved even under distressed circumstances. So as Kostas said, we are currently carrying 40% more passengers than prior to the pandemic, and heading the next financial year in 2 weeks, we are looking at carrying 70% more than in 2020, 2019, 2020. And it is because we have gained strategically during the pandemic. We took the pandemic not only as a problem, of course, we were not immune to COVID-19, but also every sword has double edges, and we also looked at the other side of the equation, and we acquired a significant sort of portfolio at London Gatwick Airport. We got into Italy with 6 operating bases. We took advantage of some competitive weaknesses in Central and Eastern Europe, and right in the face of the pandemic, we launched a brand new airline with Abu Dhabi, a joint venture with the government over there. And we were very excited about all the opportunities, and we remain excited about all the opportunities. So definitely, I think the answer to the question is that aviation has a lot to deliver to the world. It has a lot to deliver to people. And maybe just to address one specific angle to it, and this is sustainability. Whether we like it or not, sustainability is going to come. Maybe differently versus how it is politicized at this point in time, because I just don't think that it is economically a sound platform right now, but it's coming. And we decided to take kind of the front of the pack as opposed to lagging behind, and we have become almost like a sustainability champion in the industry. As said, we have the lowest footprint in the industry. Interestingly, should Europe, the entire European network, be operated on Wizz Air aircraft based on the Wizz Air operating model, the carbon footprint of Europe would come down by 35%. Just with that, and you don't need to do anything with regard to sustainable aviation fuel or anything like that. And I would encourage everyone to look at ways of engaging with sustainability on a rational basis, because this is a strategic challenge to the industry, and we have no way to do anything else but to address that, because otherwise we're going to be just left behind by the consumers. It's not going to be our choice, it's going to be the choice of the consumer, it's going to be the choice of the investor, it's going to be the choice of the government. So we better get in front of the queue as opposed to keep dragging our feet into our current issues. Thank you again.
And now we move to the third group of awards. The industry would not exist if there are not people behind. And it's important always to recognize the personalities that contribute to the development of the air transportation. And for the first award, the Hermes Award, I would like to invite the president of Hermes to present the winner of this year's award. Angela, please.
I am extremely pleased to announce that the winner of the Hermes Award is Mehmet Nane. And I have a long description. We've done a lot, so just sit there for a minute. He started his career in 1988 after holding positions in various business units at the Turkey Emlak Bankazi Demirbank and Demir Invest until 1997. respectively. He held roles including Vice President of the Strategic Planning and Project Development Department, Director of the Retail Group and General Secretary of Sabanci Holding within the Sabanci Group, which he joined in 1997, until 2005. He served as Vice Chairman of the Board of Technosa between 2000 and 2005, CEO of Technosa between 2005 and 2013, and CEO of Carrefour SA between 2013 and 2016. This is a guy who can't hold down a job. Mehmet transferred to Pegasus Airlines in March of 2016 and served as CEO for 6 years, and has been working as Vice Chair of the Board and Managing Director of the company as of May 2022. He graduated from Boğaziçi, is that pronounced right? University, Department of International Relations in Istanbul in 1990. In 1993, he received a full scholarship for his graduate degree from the Department of International Banking and Finance at Heriot-Watt University in Scotland. He also completed the Harvard Business School Executive Management Program in 2013. He has served as founding chair of Asia Pacific Retailers Federation, founding chair of the Turkish Federation of Shopping Centers and Retailers, board member of the Union of Chambers and Commodity Exchanges of Turkey Retail Council, chairman of the board of the SEV Health and Education Foundation, and chairman of the Association of the Harvard Business School Turkish Alumni Association. He holds the following positions in various non-governmental organizations: chair of the Board of Governors and member of the Chair Committee of the International of IATA, we know that, chairman of the board of the Turkish Private Aviation Enterprises Association, vice president of Union of Chambers and Commodity Exchanges of Turkey. I don't know when he sleeps. Member of the Board of Trustees and board member of the TOBB-GSI Turkey Foundation. You can explain what that is when you get up here. Member of the Board of Trustees and board member of the Boğaziçi University Foundation. Substitute member of the Board of Directors of the Service Exporters Association. And this is the most important part, he's a founding member of the Yanadazis Association and Women in Technology Association, and he joined the PWN Equality Ambassadors as part of the Manifesto of Gender Equality Supporting CEOs by Professional Women's Network in Istanbul. Please.
Thank you. So I second everything said until now. I worked for the NGOs, thanks to my wife and the family, because I'm taking their time. What is the motivation behind this? The motivation is very simple. Sabancı Holding is one of the two conglomerates in the country, in Turkey, and the founder, who passed away in 1966, has a saying, to give what was earned from this land back again. So my country, my businesses, my NGOs, this society gave me something, and my duty is to give it back to the society, and the easiest way is to do it through the NGOs. That's why in every industry I'm working for, I try to get the local and the international associations related to that industry to share my views and to give my work, my dedication, in order to add value. Because as long as we keep adding value to this globe, in all means, we are going to be successful for the future and always optimistic for the future. As long as there is hope, there is life, and we must not lose our hope until our last breath. So I would like to thank you all, because aviation is an ecosystem. Without one part of the propeller, this machine do not work. There's the airlines is the triggering factor, but without the airports, without the ground handlers, without
the government offices, we are nothing. So we must unite together and we must work together for the success. Again, if we concentrate on creating value for the future for our industry, for wherever we are, success is there. So thank you for all.
And now we move to the next award, and we'd like to invite George and Yanis Iatrou to present the Katarina and George Iatrou Life Achievement Award.
Good afternoon. We are pleased to present the 2023 Katarina and George Iatrou Lifetime Achievement Award. The award is named after our late grandparents and is bestowed on aviation personalities that have contributed to the development of the sector of their careers. This year's winner is Lieutenant Colonel Egbert Field, Director General of Guyana Civil Aviation Authority.
Lieutenant Colonel Egbert Field commenced his aviation career 52 years ago. In 1970, he attended the Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, where he obtained his commercial pilot license. He joined the Guyana Defense Force in 1972. In his 23 years as the Air Corps, he served as officer in charge, training and tech pilot. He was seconded to Guyana Airways Corporation, where he became the first Guyanese captain of the Guyana Airways Corporation Boeing 757 aircraft. Mr. Field has accumulated over 18,000 flight hours and in the process is qualified on a number of aircraft included, but not limited to Boeing 154, the Airbus 320, 321, the Boeing 707 and Boeing 757, 767, etc. He became the first operations inspector of the Guyana Civil Aviation Authority in 2002. In August 2016, he became the Director General of the Guyana Civil Aviation Authority. As the Director General of the GCAA, Colonel Field has over the past 7 years piloted his team, and the GCAA has risen from below average compliance of 44% to an above average compliance of 77% with the International Civil Aviation Organization. Finally, he sits on the board of the Caribbean Aviation Safety and Security Oversight System, which overlooks aviation in the CARICOM states. Please welcome Lieutenant Colonel Egbert Field.
Perfect, thank you.
I really feel honored receiving this award. And if I sound emotional, please bear with me. As the saying goes, I normally say, believe in yourself. No matter what your circumstances of birth or life, you were born to win. However, to win, you must prepare, plan, and be determined to win. I believe that God places persons in your life like stones across a pond to help you in this journey. As Nelson Mandela said, the greatest glory in life lies not in falling, but it's how you pick yourself up. I want to thank you very much and your family, the Hermes industry, the ATO, for giving me this award and honoring me at this time. I came from very humble beginnings. My dad, my mom, who never had a secondary education because they were born in a village and had to look for work, trade. My dad was a cabinet maker, making furniture, and my mom was a housewife. But my dad instilled one thing in me. He had 6 children. He said, education is going to make you. Education is what will take you to the heights that you want to go. And I can say he spent every cent he had on education, educating his 6 children. Every cent. In so much that if you ask him for a toy or some new clothing, he would say, oh, that can wait. But you ask him for a textbook, you got it without him saying a second word. And at the tender age of 18, I was fortunate in gaining a Government of Guyana scholarship. Mr. Hamilton Green, who was then the Minister of Education, was given the task by the then President of our country, Lyndon Forbes Sampson Burnham, to find 12 guys who had the requirements or met the requirements and to present them with scholarships in aviation, because Guyana had just become independent and was looking to improve their skills. I was fortunate that I did follow my father's advice and educated myself, learned that I was selected, and I went to Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, and the rest is history. I want to thank God, the Almighty, for bringing me to this point, for watching over me. My chief pilot of Guyana Airways, who has passed away late last year, who was like not only a chief pilot, he was Chinese by the way, Captain Malcolm Chanasu. He mentored me and he became like a father, in so much that when I became Director General in 2016, he would call me at 7:30 every morning during the week, every morning, to give me some tidbits on what is happening at the airport, even though he was in his 80s at that time. Every morning that phone rang, and he kept in touch. You know, like I said, God puts individuals in your way like stones across a pond. And after I went through my flying career and joined the regulatory, I left Guyana in 2014, and I went 2004, sorry, and I went to Jamaica, and I met a young man who was not only my immediate superior, but eventually became my brother from another mother, Nari William Singh. Nari, I thank you, and he held my hand and we worked together to build the Jamaica Civil Aviation Authority. And he still remains my brother, even though I left him in 2016 when my government requested that I return home. requested that I return home to take the position of Director General and to move the authority upwards. In 2017, I met Dr. Bernard Alui, and it was in Ecuador at my first outing with the ICAO Council. And sir, you do not know the impact you had on me. You inspired me. As a young man, as president of ICAO, I really felt that, yes, God can make individuals become anything they want to be. And thanks for that inspiration. It helped me to move my authority forward. It gave me the strength and the energy. But you know, I don't stand here alone. I stand on the shoulders of my biggest supporter, the love of my life for 47 years, who bore me 3 wonderful children. Dr. Adiola Field, my daughter. She's a senior ophthalmologist in Jamaica. I left her in Jamaica. My first son, Egbert Field Jr., who couldn't be here because he's now writing exams to complete his master's degree. He's a Marine vet in the US. And my last son, Ewart Field, who is now a 757 pilot with UPS. And he's sorry that he too couldn't be here because his partner and his daughter, my granddaughter, who is the 3rd love of my life, are not here. I'll ask my dear wife, please come. Thank you. She sacrificed her job when we were just about 5 years in marriage to remain at home to rear our 3 children. She was the secretary of the then Prime Minister of our country. And she has done a wonderful job. And this award, my dear, is not only mine, it's yours also. I really do appreciate that I can receive this honor, and not nationally, it's global, and it is very warm and dear to my heart. It will remain that way. I thank you very much. Mr. President, I will certainly continue to work in aviation until my president in Guyana decides that, okay, you can retire, because I was leaving, but he said to me, he said, Egbert, I have confidence in you and I want you to remain. So I will continue to hold the reins of aviation until. So look forward to brighter things happening. Thank you.
Thank you, Egbert, and congratulations. And also I can say that was the more sentimental ceremony of the Lifetime Award. And for those who don't know, carry my late parents' name. Then it's also very important for our family. The last award of tonight is the Leader of the Year award, and always we give to a leader that contribute to really the evolution of the air transportation. And I'm really pleased and honored that this year winner is Salvatore Sacchitano, the president of the Council of ICAO. Before, I know Salvatore is known to everyone, but it's good to remember how God from the path of history here in a short version. I know him, Salvatore, for more than a decade. We become really close, our families, with Anna Maria, Vienia, and the kids. And he made a great job, I think, what he, not alone, of course, but also with the card, with all the council members and the sections, with Dr. Liu in the past and with Juan Carlos Salazar right now. I think made a great job of getting back the engine running that was critical for aviation. That is also one of the reasons of receiving this award today. Then, as you know, on the 24th of last year, Salvatore was re-elected as president of the ICAO Council for a second 3-year term. And in 2010, he was appointed as executive secretary of the European Civil Aviation Conference, the ECAC, and later served as the Italian delegation of the Council of ICAO. Following his graduation from the University of Catania, he joined the Italian Airworthiness Authority, RAI, in 1980, where he held position of increasing responsibility, leading to his eventual appointment as the Director General. Please welcome Salvatore, the winner of this year, Leader of the Year.
Thank you very much, because first of all, after the nice ceremony for the Lifetime Award of Edward Field, it's difficult to say some words. I already spoken, but I want to say just two things. First of all, it's an honor for me to accept this award that is, let me remind, accompanying me to other leaders, the world of ICAO, President Liu, and the former Secretary General Liu and Raymond Benjamin. I take it as an achievement of results that ICAO has reached during my presidency in the framework of what I've called Agenda for Modernization. That is an important process to help this organization to keep pace of the industry and the evolution of the technology and supporting in this context the transport development. Of course, leaders do not exist or do not achieve anything if there is not a team. My team is the council, of course, and it is a pleasure that we have several council representatives here, and any achievement of the organization is based on the cooperative approach. Let's remind that ICAO is a multilateral organization where views, opinions, positions must be mediated. And if you have in the council people that wants to achieve a result, they are available to discuss and to find compromise, has been typically in during my presidency. And the engine. The other part is the engine, is the Secretariat led by the Secretary General, but you probably mentioned also the former Secretary General and the staff. We have with us the Director of Transport Bureau, Mohamed Rahman. So this is, I accept it on their behalf, on behalf of the Council, on behalf of the Secretariat as achievement of this organization. Thank you. Thank you very much.
That concludes today and this year award ceremony. Before closing, I would like to thank all of you for your presence today, and of course my family, because they made a very short trip from Friday, returning back on Monday in Athens. And Evgenia, thanks for being my best part, half of me, and Yorgos and Yannis, our two kids that made a great job, I think.